As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years to have told him that. When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Tennille Collins is suing her cousin Tracy Adams in the amount of $500. Ms. Collins claims she rented a room from Ms. Adams and says her cousin's critical attitude forced her to move out, so she wants her prepaid rent back.
All right, Ms. Collins, you're suing Ms. Adams for $500, which represents reimbursement for rent you paid her. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
And what's your relationship to the defendant?
This is my cousin.
Okay, cousins. And but prior to this case, were we close cousins?
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor.
yeah.
We haven't had any issue prior to this situation.
Right. How old are you?
I'm 27.
And you?
22.
Okay, so you grew up close since you were children. And then this came up and we're suing over $500.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened?
I just called her and asked her if I could stay with her. I'm studying abroad in Australia,
Okay.
and I had like a random time in between.
Okay.
So I called her and was like, hey, can I stay with you? I thought it'd be fun. She is my cousin.
Right, you ever stayed with her before?
I've never lived with her before, but we've had sleepovers and all that growing up.
Growing up.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your living situation at the time?
So I own my own home. I'm married, so I have my husband Charles and my son Tori, who lives in the house with me.
How old is your son?
He's 6.
And how old is your husband?
My husband, he's 32.
Okay, all right. So she says I need to stay here for a little while. Is that right? You got to say yes or no.
Yes.
And you said, come on, move on in.
I'm like, sure, she's my cousin. I love her. It's never been an issue. I just said I need to check with my husband first to make sure he's fine. But
He was in agreement.
Right. And I'm like, I'm sure it's not going to be an issue, though, and it wasn't. And so she was able to move in.
So how long were you supposed to stay with them?
I was supposed to stay with them for 6 months.
Okay, and what was the rent rate, ma'am?
$600 a month.
$600 a month. Okay, so we move in, everything's great, first month?
Everything was fine, and I moved in June. I had no issues. We had a good time.
Right,
There
we
was
were
no
getting
problems.
along, no problems. So
And
when
yes.
did problems start?
July,
Their second month there?
the second month in.
Okay, what happened on the second month?
So the second month in, so we're in Houston, it's hot. I'm doing yoga outside.
Right.
And she comes to me and is like, hey, you're in an inappropriate outfit. I need you to change. Keep in mind I was wearing running shorts and a sports bra. It's 90 degrees in Houston weather. It's very warm.
Right.
And I wasn't trying to like do any type of way towards anyone or anything like that.
You were practicing yoga?
I was just working out, just doing yoga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
so in the morning outside.
You had a problem with that?
I have no problem with her exercising, but I do have a problem with her wearing booty shorts.
Wearing blue shorts?
Booty shorts, yes, Your Honor. Her butt cheeks were out.
I would have to disagree with that.
Right.
I wasn't wearing no twerk shorts. I was literally wearing running shorts, exercising. I wasn't thinking about anybody else.
You had been there a month already.
Yeah.
Had you ever seen her dressed like that before?
I had not. Everything was fine in June.
Right.
Come July, I don't know what.
But weren't you doing yoga in July?
I was just it was getting warmer, so I had put like the shorts on and
So
things
this was
like
the first time you had put on these shorts and a sports bra?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have a picture of this or?
No, I don't have the picture.
Okay, you didn't bring this item of clothing with you? Okay.
Just imagine like a music video kind of show where they show, Hoochie Five girls dancing, shaking.
I'm doing yoga, right?
Right.
And so this is the energy that I'm getting.
Right.
Like I'm trying to twerk for her and her man or something like that. I'm literally just exercising.
Right.
I'm not thinking about anybody but myself, just getting a workout
Where
in.
was your husband at the time?
We were in the living room. We were watching TV, but we could see the backyard from the living room. So we have glass patio doors. And we were able to see her right in front of that glass, bending over, doing whatever she was doing. I'm not saying she was doing it to entertain us, but it was just inappropriate.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Okay, so in your backyard, you're not happy. Your son is there. Your husband's there. You ask her, please, to not dress like this?
Yeah, so I just, kind of looked like, what's going on? And then when she came inside, she was doing her workout. I was respectful and waited till she was done. I pulled her to the side. I'm like, hey, cousin, can you please just be a little bit more mindful of what you're wearing? I ain't ever see you dressed like this before around the house. I have a husband here and my son.
The modesty. You wanted some modesty.
And again, I wasn't trying to do anything make somebody uncomfortable or be some type of way. I didn't even think about it.
So we resolved that issue. We move on.
Then
what happened next?
I didn't totally agree, but I was like, you know what, I'm also in her home, even though I'm paying, and I was like, I apologize, and we'll do better, and we moved on.
And
so what happened next?
And she didn't do better.
What did she do next?
Come the next month, she's prancing around the house in a little lace robe that go right under her butt as well, and she has a nice body.
Right.
I love her body, beautiful body, but
right. She was wearing a lace robe that was short.
Yes.
And did she have on?
Yes, I had a bra and everything underneath.
Right.
I wasn't going no like.
Well, you had on panties too, because you could see all of that through the lace. I would think. Right.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
Why would she make it up if it weren't true?
I don't know if maybe I don't want to step on any toes, so that's why this is uncomfortable.
Right.
I don't know if there's something going on with her and her husband. I don't know.
And later.
Okay, so what happened when you got home that day?
I got home after a long work day and I expected my dog to be in the crate. She was not. She was on the carpet where she had peed, ruined the carpet, chewed up some of the pillows on the couch.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Tennille Collins, who is suing her cousin Tracy Adams for the return of prepaid rent.
It wasn't see-through. There was some
she
lace
might as well not
trim.
have the little robe on at all. You can see straight through it.
Okay, so it was nighttime and I was getting ready to go out with friends.
Okay.
I'm in my room. The door is shut.
Right.
No one can see my body.
Oh, so you were in your room like this?
I'm in my room. I have mascara in my car. I put the robe on just to go grab mascara from my car and go back into my room to change.
And she couldn't have
in that short amount of time.
Where were you then?
Also in the living room.
Where was your husband?
We were watching TV together.
And your son?
Son, he was in the bed asleep.
I didn't say
wait a second.
hello,
So
nothing.
she had to pass you by.
Yes, she did.
She had to pass
she
the
had to
living
pass us
room
by,
to go.
but she was jingling and jangling in
the
that
whole
see-through
time.
robe.
No bra, but she had a bra on. She said.
She had a bra,
underwear.
but
I
you
didn't
could see
say
straight
hi,
through it.
nothing. I just went and grabbed my stuff.
But you know what though? That's not how you act in another woman's house when she got a man there and
That's
her
all
son.
I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You don't
Thank you.
dress like that. You think. Even if you got to go out to your car, I'm getting ready to basically step into a public space. And what am I wearing?
I don't know why she's made it so uncomfortable. She's my cousin, so that's why these things aren't going through that's why I'm not thinking I'm making anyone uncomfortable.
You said for your entire lives y'all got along. So why would she now just make up that this is the way you're dressed?
I mean, she's not making it up.
Right.
I'm just wearing these things, but I'm not doing it to be so sexual.
We weren't talking about why you did anything.
Correct.
We were talking about what you did. And you actually are contradicting what she said you did. She said you had on a see-through lace thing where you could see everything. You said that's not true.
Yeah, that's not true. There was
So
lace
why
trim.
would she say it is my question to you.
I don't know. You can ask her.
I know what I could do. I'm asking you because you told me for 22 years we've gotten along.
Yeah.
Now you're in court with this person. Why would she make it up if it weren't true?
I don't know if maybe I don't want to step on any toes, so that's why this is uncomfortable.
Right.
I don't know if there's something going on with her and her husband. I don't know.
Girl.
But I don't have a problem with her and her man. He's wonderful.
Did
Her
you have
kid
a
is
boyfriend
lovely.
at the time?
No.
Oh, okay. So then was there another incident?
Yes. The last incident
How
was
much more time has passed?
a month.
Another month. So every month there's an incident.
It's something. And
It's
she's
once a
smart.
month
She
there's
just
an
graduated
incident. Every
college.
30 days there's something going on.
She's
I don't
smart.
have it on a time schedule. I'm just
Right.
living my life.
Right.
I understand. But it seems to me that the issue came up every 30 days is what I'm hearing.
Something peculiar about it. I don't know.
Okay, so what happened the next time? Next month?
So the next month, so this is nighttime, it's about 8 o'clock, and I'm making dinner, and I have an oversized t-shirt on.
Right.
So I have a big t-shirt on, I'm making dinner.
When you say oversized, you mean like a man's t-shirt?
It's just like a college t-shirt, yeah, like probably for a guy. It was just huge. It's what I like sleep in.
Did you bring it?
No,
Any pictures of it?
no.
You have on a man's oversized t-shirt. Large, extra large, medium.
Like XXL, like massive, swimming in it. I just sleep in it.
A big t-shirt. Okay.
Yeah.
Had you ever seen her in this t-shirt before?
I have.
Okay. So what was there a problem this time?
Yeah, I'll tell you what the problem was.
What was the problem?
She was in the kitchen and she was wearing no bra, no bottoms underneath that oversized
How
t-shirt.
did you know
bottoms
she
on.
didn't have on any bottoms?
Because you can tell we're women. We know how your butt moves when you're not wearing
Yeah, so she's
shorts
staring at
underneath
my
it.
butt
Right.
while I'm just making dinner.
I'm not staring at
But
it.
let me understand. Where are you at the time?
I just walked in the kitchen to get something to drink.
Okay, but had y'all already had dinner? Because she's making a dinner for herself. Was that what I'm saying?
I think she had just gotten from work later on that night or something. So
I was just making simple mac and cheese, gonna bring it up to my room, step down and make some food.
The thing is, though, again, you walk back into that public space.
It seems like there's some miscommunication, misunderstanding here, but look, let me make it real clear. Either you cover up when you're in these shared spaces, or you have to find somewhere else to live. Simple. And I feel like it's an easy rule to follow.
So what did you do when she said that?
So I packed up my stuff because at this point I felt really uncomfortable. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I just felt really sexualized, and I wasn't trying to rub anybody the wrong way. You know, this obviously isn't working out. We're not seeing eye to eye on this. I love you, but this isn't working out. So I asked for her, because I had paid my rent for 3 months in advance, if she would pay it back to me. She only sent me $1,200, and I was only living in her house for the first, like, not even week of September. So you thought she should have given you prorated the rent for that month. So keep the $100. So just send me back the $500.
Why didn't you give her the $500?
Because I didn't feel like I should have gave her the $500.
Why did you think you didn't owe her that money?
Because she stayed there for those 5 days. Period. Whether she stayed at her friends or not, she stayed there, and she could have stayed for the rest of the month.
Wait. Let's stop now. So even though this was not a real lease, I mean, it is your cousin, and even in a real lease situation, you know, it would be prorated, especially under these circumstances. I'm hoping that you're going to be able to heal your relationship. Do you see the ability in the future to heal this relationship?
I do. I just think with the money, it's not about the money. I just feel a little bit like I'm getting taken advantage of, and that's kind of hurting my relationship with her.
You mean because she won't give you like the $500?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Maybe she felt disrespected. So like she's now disrespecting you and your money because she felt like you disrespected our household. But enough of these games, because we got to do what's right legally. And I'm ready to rule judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. Good luck to both of you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $500.
I think the verdict was just, and I'm happy with it.
My cousin did not deserve to get this additional $500, but you know what, whatever, it means more to her than it does me.
Coming up.
And the dog was being crated during the day?
Yes.
Okay. And how much were you going to get paid a week?
$500 a week every Friday.
$500 a week, wow.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Pet sitter Alex Richards is suing Kelly Stevens in the amount of $630. Mr. Richards claims it's not his fault the defendant's dog ate a pair of her expensive shoes and says Ms. Stevens has no one to blame but herself.
Mr. Richards, you're suing Ms. Stevens for $630, which represents money owed for dog walking?
Yeah, she told me that she had just moved to town and was starting a new job and needed someone to watch and feed and walk her dog twice a day.
Okay. Had you ever done that before?
Yes, I had.
How often do you do that?
I've been doing it for a couple of years.
Oh, so is that your job?
Yeah, but so I had references. I told her I would be happy to have her call them. I would be happy to do it. I got along really well with her dog, Bella.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Did you check the references?
I did, and I was really in a rush to get a dog sitter, and I was really excited that I ran into him. He lived close. It was very convenient.
He had good references.
He did.
Okay, all right. So what was the agreement?
That he would come over twice a day for the full work week, Monday through Friday, and he would feed and walk the dog twice a day.
Right.
And
you were out of town?
I work full-time, 9 to 5, as a media manager for a company.
Okay.
And so I needed a dog sitter during the day.
All right, so he would come over twice a day, feed the dog,
walk the dog,
feed
the dog, make sure that she's okay, that she's, you know.
And the dog was being crated during the day?
Yes.
Okay. And how much were you going to get paid a week?
$500 a week every Friday.
$500 a week, wow. So that was a nice little job you had there.
Yes, it was a great
And you only
agreement.
had to go twice a day, spend what, 30 minutes?
I would stay a little longer. I would stay an hour, maybe a little more with the dog.
A couple hours a day, though?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Coming up.
It does look like it's seen better days.
I agree, and so when I asked...
You're paying $500 a week. You couldn't get a better cage?
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Alex Richards, who is suing Kelly Stevens for breach of contract.
So then what happened then?
So then one day I got a text after I had gotten home, and she told me that the dog was out of the crate.
Okay, so what happened when you got home that day?
I got home after a long work day and I expected my dog to be in the crate. She was not. She was on the carpet where she had peed, ruined the carpet, chewed up some of the pillows on the couch.
Right. Did you check her crate?
It looked okay. It was already a little bit of an old crate, but it had been working for us.
Do we have pictures of the crate?
Yes, we do. I have a picture right here.
Okay, let me see his picture of the crate.
You can see the crate is kind of bent out of shape, and it's held together entirely through like tension of the metal.
It does look like it's seen better days.
I agree, and so when I asked
You're paying $500 a week. You couldn't get a better cage?
I love my dog and I really want her to have good care, so I put a lot of the money that I have for my dog in a caretaker. And
they got these cages, and brand new cages at Goodwill. You can get a cage anywhere. You're spending $500 a week.
But I fixed it myself and it works.
So wait. What did you do to fix it?
There was a clip on the top and I re-clipped it and I kind of folded it back to where it was and it stayed.
This looks like a piece of black electrical tape on here. Is this electrical tape? So this is how you fixed it?
Well, I clipped it back, and just to make sure that it wouldn't unclip, I put tape on it to just have that extra security, and it worked.
Right.
But Friday came around, and once again, I was taking extra care. I was double checking. I was staying for an extra 10, 15 minutes then longer.
Exactly. She was in there, no problem. Then what happened Friday?
I come home, my dog was nowhere to be found. I couldn't find her in a crate. She was somehow in a different room. She was in my room, and she was chewing on my very expensive Louis Vuitton heels. These were the first things I ever really bought with my
Louis Vuitton heels, and you couldn't get a crate.
You
couldn't get a crate. You couldn't get a $50 dog crate.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
So the dog had the shoes?
The dog ate the shoes, and at that point I had had enough. Now I had to fix my carpet. I had to replace the pillows that had been eaten the whole week. She had been getting into my stuff, and so I fired him, and I don't believe that he should have to be paid for that week.
Okay. You know, he did what he was supposed to do. It's your dog. It's your dog. For 6 months, we didn't have a problem. He's telling you there's something wrong with the crate. You're spending $500 a week on a dog trainer that spends 2 hours at your house. This might be a better job for you than what you're doing here, right? Yeah, 2 hours a day, you're getting $500 a week. You can go get another job. Leave your job and go over on your break. Take care of the dog.
Side job.
So good little side job right there. Got Louis Vuitton shoes and this raggedy crate with black electrical tape holding it together.
Which still works to this day. After I fired him, I went and I fixed it. And I actually have pictures and instructions of how you can fix it. He could have Googled it.
Girl, $50, you had a brand new crate. The stress you put yourself under for $50, and you got a pair of $5,000 shoes over there. I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $630. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $630.
I think the judge really clearly saw that I was in the right here, and yeah, I feel great.
I don't believe that that was an accurate ruling, but I'm just glad me and little Bella will never have to see him again.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.